Hi and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. The race season may be over at Skyline Raceway, but this season created some high points for a number of area teams. One of those teams is the number 9 crate sportsman of Tod Titus. Here's Jason Tuttle.
So for you that don't know, Todd is actually a second-generation driver. Or second?
I'm actually a third-generation driver. My grandpa used to race four-cylinders about 10 years ago. Actually was a track champion at 5 Mile Point, but has since given that up, and it's just Dad and I.
So you've had a couple of real big wins this year.
Yeah, we had one regular season, just regular points night win at 5 Mile. We followed that up the very next week by winning the grit race, and then we actually won the last grit race here at Skyline. So we have 3 wins at 3 different tracks, which is it's been a really good year for me. Very thankful.
You want to tell us a little bit about your car?
It's a 2014 Troyer. It's a good car. It really helps because Dad also has a Troyer, so we're able to take some of the the ideas and setups from his car and translate it to my car, and vice versa, and that makes it easy.
All right. You have any other big races on the schedule that you're going to be hitting this year?
At this point, once the points are done, we'll just take it one race at a time and take a look at the wallet and see what financially makes sense.
Do you have any social media for people to get a hold of you or follow you on?
I have my own personal Facebook, or if you watch this and want to help sponsor the race car or just looking for help, I really don't even have any help. It's just that Dad and I. You can get a hold of me at 607-321-3773, or you can look me up on Facebook.
All right, Todd, well, hopefully you have a good run again tonight like you did last time, and maybe we'll see you in Victory Lane.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, the Race Report, and Ron Hills for what you do for the sport of racing. I'm very thankful.
All right, 2 to settle this one. Here we come off turn number 4. Green flag waves. Titus got the start he was looking for, and now Cormier getting up alongside Brokaw, but Brokaw will throw it hard into turns 1 and 2, and Cormier gets down to the inside of him as they come off the second corner. Corey Cormier moves into the runner-up spot now as they'll come around for the white flag this time. Welty trying to make hay up on the outside lane as they come off the corner to the 1-to-go signal. Here comes Chuck Miller trying to threaten. Cormier throws it hard into turns 1 and 2. Tries to get up alongside Titus down the backstretch. Can't quite do it, but Miller is up alongside Brokaw. Here comes the run down to the checker. Titus trying to protect the bottom. Cormier comes up alongside. Little contact, but Titus will drive away and get the win. Cormier will finish in second. Brokaw grabs third. And it looks like across the line, maybe Piotrowski got fourth from Miller, and Miller, not happy about the way he was raced there, sent a little message.
Wins were few and far between for Dale Welty this season, but he managed to capture both the Track Championship and the Grit Series Championship at Skyline Raceway.
Well, it's been kind of up and down. It's weird. We're actually doing really well, but we haven't had the wins. Like last year we had 12 victories. And this year we've got 11 second places. We changed chassis from Bicknell to Hig Fab, and the Hig Fab works good. It's no problem with that. I think it's more we changed from pink to orange because we bought a car from somebody that the body was in pretty good shape and already had orange on it. So we kind of were stuck with that, and pink doesn't go very well with orange, so we switched colors. And, I don't know, maybe that's what's holding me up, but haven't quite got the win, but we run good. We're leading the points, Grit Series points in the 1 division, and I guess we're tied now after the heat races here tonight in the division we're running here with Grit Series, and I'm second in points at Thunder Mountain, which is our Saturday night track. So pretty good year, just no wins, just a lot of top 5s, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. We had a little dry spell there where we found out our rear brakes were dragging real bad, and we finished 7th and 8th. Other than that, it's been really good.
All right, well, maybe we can break that win streak, or that not winning streak tonight, and see you in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I hope so. This is my old home. Last year we won 8 in a row here, and he's changed the track very slightly. It's still one of my most fun tracks to drive. It's just it's a real go for it kind of track where you can drive really hard every lap and get everything you can out of the car.
If people wanted to find you on any kind of social media, do you have any of that?
Yeah, Facebook, you can find me under just Dale Welty or Dale Welty Racing, either one. We don't really have a website currently. We had one, but we've taken that down. So pretty much just on Facebook. And if you go to YouTube, you can watch in-car videos. We do an in-car video every single night, and sometimes they don't come out or the battery goes dead or something happens. But we edit it down just to green flag laps pretty much and coming down for the starts. So they're not real long. Just look for YouTube, the track you want, and search Crate Sportsman feature, and usually it'll come up there. You'll see there must be 150 of them. We've been doing it for a number of years, so some pretty exciting ones from Skyline in years past.
More still ahead on this edition of the Race Report, but first check out this gorgeous Truck of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor.
You're watching the Race Report on Fox 40.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Enwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
It's exciting. It's family fun. It's Bethel Motor Speedway, NASCAR's newest wheel and all-American weekly track in the heart of the Catskill Mountains. Every Saturday night, NASCAR modified, sportsmen, street stocks, pro stocks, and four-cylinders battle for national titles, plus the Inex Legends and Bandoleros. Bethel Motor Speedway, one of Sullivan County's many attractions. Come for the night or make it a weekend. Check them out online at BethelMotorSpeedway.com. Bethel Motor Speedway. Feel the excitement.
Welcome back to the Race Report. One of the most popular drivers in the Southern Tier is the man they call Big Daddy. And while Mike Stoddard struggled at Afton Motorsports Park this season, he found victory lane at Skyline Raceway. Here's Leon Andrus.
Got the driver of the S360, Mike Stoddard, who did a tribute car to the late, great, an icon in the Southern Tier, Don Diffendorf. So why don't you tell us a little bit how that came about and why you're doing that?
Wow. Well, it could be a long story. I'll try to keep it short, Leon. 1959, my dad worked with Don Diffendorf, and he took me to 5 Mile Point to the races for the first time. And Don put me in his car, not to drive, but he told me to sit over here and stay down because we're going to go fast. And I'm sure it was just like mud laps or something. But I was hooked, that was it. And that car was number 23, and that's the number I've run all my life. So the S360 number is a car that Don was, the car number that Don was most famous for. And in 1971, he won the Syracuse fair race with the S360 coach, and that's what my car is a tribute to.
looking at that, the graphics on that is certainly not only really good looking at the pictures from the S360, but they did a great job on that. You want to mention that person?
Yeah, for sure. That's Matt Roberts, one of our buddies that we race with in the IMCA class. He does great work. I handed him a photo and said, make it look as much like that as you can. And you know, that car was a coach, so it was a flat back Ford body. And that's what that red line on there is to signify. And from far away, it kind of looks like a coach.
A lot of crew members and your sponsors, you certainly want to hit them up.
Yep. We've had PJF Enterprises out of Owego on our cars since '99, so they've been around a long time. I don't know, their tribute kind of thing. The owner of the company, Bill Fenton, who was a good friend of mine, passed away last summer. So we always want to remember him. But on a positive note, there's Curcio Printing has helped us out for years. Environ Services, you'll see that on Tyler's car. They're a sponsor again with us. And Rogers Rigging, Nighthawk Janitorial, another sponsor we've had since like 2000. So we feel real lucky that those guys help us out.
So who helps you in the shop and here at the track? I'm sure the track's easier to get work than that at your shop, isn't it?
That you would think that, but Wednesday nights at our place is like there's no place to park. My wife has got a reserved spot now. Nobody can park there, so she can get off the road when she gets home. But number one guy who's helped us a ton is Sean Stalker. He drives. He brought it tonight. Street stock number 32. His brother Dave, who's here helping us tonight. Bill Nichols, of course, who hops in the car whenever one of us can't, and really good driver and really good knowledgeable guy. And Ken Vandermark, another guy that he belongs to the Legion, Endicott Legion biker club, whatever they call it. And his cut says beard on it. If you ever see him, you'll know why. He's got one of those big white beards. And there's a bunch of other guys. I can't remember their names right now.
Absolutely. So, like we said, it's a great story. If you ever have a chance to talk with Mike, you certainly want to take that opportunity because he's got a lot of stories and a great guy, too.
Thanks, Leanne.
Time now for some racing action to Bethel Motor Speedway. First up, the Bandoleros. On the microphone are Fred Mulheron and Charlie Hoteling.
And the Whalen Engineering caution lights have been turned off. Field hits the start line. The green flag is out, and we're underway. And it is the Banana out in front. Ty Smith leading the way as they head down into 1 and 2. McIlerney staying with them on the inside. Third spot right now, Katie Verwise in the 18, and Justin Ungst making a move to the outside, going 3 wide. Evan Rogalski as they head down the front stretch.
Joey Ungst and Brian Rogalski right there in tow, not giving an inch, making Evan work on the high side as he tails Katie Verwise down into turns 3. Joey Ungst not giving an inch still. He's going to keep it in there and gain a position as Ty Smith starts to open up the distance on McIlerney. McIlerney going to close it up down the backstretch as they start to distance themselves from Justin Ungst. Rogalski looking to the bottom this time off of turn 4. McIlerney going to lead it at the point.
And McIlerney making a move to the inside has the advantage. Rogalski has the advantage on the inside. McIlerney moved to the outside of the track. Now the white flag is out, 1 to go. Rogalski with the lead. Brian McIlerney staying close in second. A little bit of a tap coming up at turn number 2. Ty Smith staying close as McIlerney taps the wall. Ty Smith gets in underneath. Here they come and going around McIlerney. Checkered flag. Brian Rogalski wins it. Ty Smith will finish second. Joey Young third. Evan Rogalski fourth. And Katie Verwise rounds out the top 5. Wow.
And the winner of the Junior Bandolero race was Leland Opheline. To Legends action, the winner, Waverly's James Anderson.
Green flag is out. We're underway. Chapman takes the lead early as they head down into 1 and 2, but James Anderson right now second in points. Staying close in second. Jones right now, the 22, sitting in the third spot. Then it's Eugene Drew, Katie Verwise, and Anthony Bello. The front six all bunched up.
Anderson going to come off of 2, chasing the leader, the 44 of Jason Chapman, as Eugene Drew stuck to the bottom, and last week's feature winner Anthony Bellows looking to make his way into the top 5.
So the leader's starting to get a little bit of separation. Jason Chapman still out in front. James Anderson staying close, looking underneath as they come off of turn number 2. Then about 3 car lengths back, Eugene Drew leads the rest as he heads down the backstretch with Anthony Bello, Sean Verwise, and Jones close behind. Has some traffic now for the leaders, and that gives James Anderson the chance to catch up to Jason Chapman. We'll see if Chapman now with a little bit of clear running room can get away right now. A tap from Anderson. Now a look underneath, and wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side racing. We may have a new leader when this is all done. They come down the backstretch. Instead, James Anderson with the advantage. Chapman now making a move on the outside. They come over turn number 4, this time by Anderson out in front. 2 laps to go, this INX Legend feature. Anderson still out in front.
Anderson's got a lap and a half to hold off the hard-charging 51 of Anthony Bello as the white flag, 1 more to go, bed sheets in the air. 1 more trip around the track. Does he have enough? As he's going to open it up a little bit down the backstretch on Bello.
And Anderson coming over turn number 4, hits the line, the green flag is out. James Anderson wins it. Anthony Bello will finish second, Jason Chapman third.
The 4 cylinders always provide great action at Bethel Motor Speedway. Back to Fred Mulheron and Charlie Hotelen.
Green flag is out and we are underway. And it is Zucchino leading the way as they head down into 1 and 2. Right alongside of him is Ed King, the 845, making a move. Jesse Norman dives in underneath, trying to take over the lead. George Van Aken moves up to the 4th spot as they come off of turn number 4. Ellenberg right now, the 74 in the top 5, but Jeff DeGroat now makes a move, makes some contact with the 33, Jerry Kinggetter, as they came off of turn number 2. But look who is starting to pull away. Local guy out of Bethel, Jesse Norman out in front.
Jesse, a rookie to 4 cylinders this year, got a little dirt experience coming over to asphalt and having a great run at it as he leads the cars, the field down into turns 1 and 2. Zucchino second with George Van Aken door to door with Jerry Kinggetter down through turns 1 and 2. Kinggetter making his way through traffic as he's going to move into the number 2 position, getting down into turns 3 and 4 as Van Aken's going to move Zucchino and make his way in behind. Jeff DeGroat and your point leader, Danny Curry, in tow.
And Dan Curry flag out as the leaders work their way through traffic. And still Jesse Norman with the lead, but taking advantage of the traffic now. Dan Curry, he gets by the inside 3 wide as they come through 3 and 4. Ashley right now in the mix with the leaders trying to get out of the way. Dan Curry now breaks free, takes the lead. Jesse Norman right now hanging on to second. Kinggetter trying to work his way through traffic, sitting in the 3rd spot as they head down the backstretch. And now will come white flag, 1 to go for your leader, Dan Curry.
Jerry Kinggetter looking underneath Jesse Norman now for the number 2 position as he's going to clear him. Norman not going to give it up down the backstretch as he's going to try to power him down into 3 and 4 as your checkered flags are set to fly. Your race winner, the 49, that's Dan Curry, followed by Jerry Kinggetter, Jesse Norman, Jeff DeGroat, and Ivan Gura.
In Pro Stock action, it was the first win of the season for Matt Crossan.
And it's the Thunderstang versus the Freight Train. as Morton continues to lead the way, but Larry O'Donnell keeping it close, trying to get a nose in underneath. Morton jumps on the pedal hard, gets back out in front. Gonna come by this time, 2 laps to go. O'Donnell again looking inside. Gene Morton shutting the door. Battle for the lead now, 1 and 2. Right on the back bumper is O'Donnell. Following Morton down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here they go, into 3, off of 4, down the one stretch. White flag is out, 1 to go, and Morton goes around.
Morton getting a little loose off of turn 4. O'Donnell had his nose underneath him. Yep. Green checkered this time by Matt Crossan, going to lead him to the line. Joe Barnes going to look underneath as Gene Morton set his sights to the high side. He's looking to get back into the top 3. Checkered flag set the wave this time by as the 2.5 of Matt Crossan picks up the feature win, followed by Joe Barnes.
The sportsman class always provides great racing action at Bethel Motor Speedway. Here again are Fred Mulheron and Charlie Hoteling.
Little wiggle for Brian Jones, but he's got a nose out in front as they come over turn number 2. Archieri, though, with the advantage now down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Jerry Curry in the new ride sitting in the 3rd spot. They head down the front stretch.
Brian Jones to the high side looking. Here comes Jerry Curry to the bottom sideways as Iannone is in tow. Here comes Dockenhausen like a dart up into turns 3 and 4 on the high side. He just gained 2 spots in 1 corner, and he ain't done.
And Curry last time through 1 and 2 got down into the tires. Now settling back in behind Archieri. Ed Dockenhausen now to the outside, trying to make a run to take the lead. Archieri putting on the binders as they head down into 3 and 4. Dockenhausen making the run, takes the lead. Your new leader, Ed Dockenhausen. As the white flag drops, still Dockenhausen with the lead. Iannone in 2nd. Bill Papul all by himself in 3rd. The battle for 4th. It's Jeff Parker trying to chase down Dan Archieri. Here comes your battle for the lead. Checkered flag. Ed Dockenhausen will win it. Jamie Iannone finished in 2nd. Bill Papul in 3rd.
John Cody picked up the win in the BMS Modified Division. Cody is the winningest driver in Bethel Motor Speedway history.
Dockenhausen looking up, looking down. He's looking for anything he can find as he needs just 1 more position. White flag in the air for John Cody. If Dockenhausen's got anything to do, he's got 4 turns to do it. But he's going to do it on the vet. This time off of turn 4. Checkered flags in the air. Your feature winner, John Cody. Bubba Dockenhausen 2nd. Ed Dockenhausen 3rd. Skip LaPole 4th. And Dan Archieri rounding out your top 5.
And the Pure Stocks put on great racing action every week. Back to Fred Mulheron and Charlie Hoteling.
Bob Miller set the pace right now off of turn 4. We're green flag racing. Phil Function to the high side as they're door-to-door down turns 1 and 2. Cousin Dan Hoteling making it into the number 3 spot with Scott Seppi and Joel Mearns in the top 5. Here comes Patty Faulkner. They're 4 wide down into turns 3 and 4. Kyle Welsh going where nobody wants to.
And Kyle making up some ground, and Scott Seppi, he just goes to the infield and gets out of the way. Probably the best idea with the way things are going in the middle of the pack. Kyle Welsh on a mission to get up to the front. Right now, that belongs to Bob Miller in the 115.
Joel Mearns to the high side of Bob Miller off of turn number 2. He's going to power him down the backstretch and hold the number 1 position as Bill Deek Jr. is now behind Miller, and Walt Henry sticking his nose into mixed contact. Come out unscathed. Joel Mearns going to take over the number 1 position as we are green flag racing. Walt Henry's going to throttle his way down into turns 1 and 2. Mearns still to the bottom. Henry going to have the run up on the high side. Mearns ain't going to make it easy, I can guarantee you that, as he's going to stick it down on the bottom, and they are door-to-door. Walt Henry holding the lead at the line. Joel Mearns not giving an inch as the Deke Sr. falls back as Deke Jr. holds the number 3 spot, and now Brian Barnfine's up into the number 4 position.
And Henry gets a little bit high over turn number 4. Joel Mearns staying right with him on the bottom, has the advantage right now coming up at 2, but Walt Henry getting a run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Mearns, though, not giving up that inside line to come up at turn number 4. Henry, though, with the advantage, may clear him this time as he takes it down into 1 and 2, and it looks like we have a new leader. Walt Henry leads them down the backstretch.
As they are down through turns 1 and 2, Bill Deek Jr. looking to the bottom of Walt Henry as he's going to pull the muscle down into turns 3 and 4. They are door-to-door. Contacts made. Henry sideways. He's going to maintain down the front stretch. Popsicle sticks in the air.
1 lap to go as Bill Deek Jr. has 2 more turns to try to get around Walt Henry. Little tap on the back door. Henry holding on to the spot. Here they come. Front stretch, checkered flag. Walt Henry will win it. Bill Deek Jr. second, Brian Barenfine third. Then it is Joel Mearns fourth, and Kyle Welsh rounding out the top 5.
More still ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke. I can't move when you move. More Carrie. More Jason. Come on, everybody scream. More Keith. Looks good on the sky. More Blake. Glenn and Tracy in the morning. Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Coming up this Saturday, Bethel Motor Speedway is in action. For all of us at the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
Well, the green flag is out and we're underway. And it's going to be McIlerney and Monica Deckelman leading the way as they come off of turn number 2. McIlerney going to the high side of the track leads the way. Deckelman hanging on to second. Then it's Justin Unks right now in the blue and white number 54. Evan Rogalski hanging on to the 4th spot, and Joel Smith in the blue and white lettered number 25. Joey Unks makes a move, trying to work his way through traffic. Goes by Katie Verweiss to move up a spot. Here comes Brian Rogalski to the inside of Verweiss. Maybe a little contact with the 18 as they come up at turn number 2, trying to work their way through the field back.